Hej, witam bardzo serdecznie moi mili w kolejnym odcinku Disciples Liberation, w którym będziemy wyruszać na nowy front i horyzont. Najpierw jednak chciałbym zobaczyć, czy ja tutaj w ogóle mam naszą armijkę rozprostowaną jakbym chciał, ale już widzę, że brakuje mi Banshee. No, nie mam Banshee. W takim wypadku Dark Mansion, Banshee, Train do 48. Hell yeah. Dobra, teraz w Banshee mi dajcie mniej więcej gdzieś tutaj. Dokładnie. No dobra, i teraz chyba będzie wszystko ok, tylko tutaj damy jej ten kryształ. Wszyscy wszystko mają? Chyba tak. Tak, dokładnie, dobra. No i dobra. I teraz możemy spotkać się z kompanionsami. By the four heavens, how Walkelin had aged, but when I see him and the others in my mind, I still see children. We always remain children in the eyes of our parents, and Walkelin definitely considered you as father. Dobra, on nie ma nic do powiedzenia. Shorleya, now that you've taken up resistance, there's the little matter of what you're going to do here. As viceroy to the Council of Six, my time was spent enforcing their will and killing those who oppose it. I'm aiming for a functional society, so I think murderess is out. However, royal assassin might work. Would the short man not be better suited? Ori, no, I have other plans for him. What I need is someone who can act with precision and cunning so that we win this war. An assassin takes lives, but by doing so, she prevents battle that could cost many, many more. A clever use of my particular proclivities. Glad we agree, Royal Assassin Shorleya. Dobra. What's the story with you and Shorleya? I found her nearly dead in the fortress of the lost. Her soul cried out to me. She wasn't my first child, but she was the brightest. Any parent who say they won't have a favorite is lying. So you say, but frankly you seem afraid of her. Most necromancers are killed by their creations. I know to love Shorleya, but the worry may linger from time to time. Okay. I keep the fragment of the mirror's eye with me at all times, as a reminder of how cruel the veil have become. Nic więcej nie ma do powiedzenia, okay. After the events in Avyanny, I've sent letters to each of the races and each faction for a terrain, calling for truce. I thought it best we not attempt to negotiate peace in person, all things considered. Żadna postać chyba za bardzo nie ma już czego do powiedzenia. The Emperor dies, but the Empire lives on in the Vale. Why is the man treated with such care when he's so easily replaced? You say that, but as the ruler supreme, Katanira is the empress in all but name. The empire will fall, and the Vale will rise. The Vale. In the end, their egalitarian pseudo-spirituality was never meant to better themselves, but to punish those who opposed them. But a political theory based on punishment necessitates revolution, and revolutions are self-defeating. Are they? Revolutions are either successful or they're squashed. Both ends represent a death. But I think it's degrees. The game continues. You answered honestly, and now I will do the same. Just a simple question today. Are you comfortable? Comfort is a plague. It's best to avoid it. Well, A spectacular chat as always until our next friendly tick for tat. Znowu nie chce ze mną gadać. You and Ilmirian seems to have a history. I do not have history. I have hate. She is a demon and demons do not change. I'm not really a fan of secrets. If something happened between you two, I want to know about it. She's one of many demons who chained me. I used my body as they all did. She was no different. So I hate her equally. What's done is done, Bacta. I'll forgive her and move on. It's the only way. I will never give a gift. Do not ask that of me, but I will not kill her. Do you require a blood pact? What? No, no blood pacts of nothing, just don't kill. How are you adjusting to life in Alien? There are less trees than my home, but less violence than the bloody warp I carved on my quest for vengeance. Yeah, we get that a lot. What might help make you feel more that home is a task, a role for you to carve out a new path. As a druid, I was patron of my realm and protector of all things in it. The castle needs a high marshal. You'd be in charge of patrols and protecting the outskirts of our dominion, specifically the rural and wilderness regions. I am free to travel there. You're free to do whatever you want, but as High Marshal, it would actually be your duty. You are generous, Avyanny. By the seasons of my body, I will be the greatest High Marshal in the history of Nevada. Well, good. We're lucky to have you, Melendrach. Dobra, teraz jeszcze jedną rzecz bym uczynił, bo tutaj gdzieś było jakieś zejście do podziemi. O właśnie, Aliens Vault, ja pamiętam, że tam było coś na Revert Status, a my mamy Revert przecież z elfami. A voice rings from the walls themselves. This chest will not open in this shard of time, but who knows what the future or the past will hold. Okej, tutaj mamy elfów. Chyba, bo niebieskich, zielone. A voice rings for the walls themselves. To open this chest, you must be at least level 50 and improve your relationship with the Elven Alliance. Okej, czyli musimy mieć 50 poziom. Czaję bazę. Dobra. Porozmawiamy sobie z Orionem, tylko najpierw jeszcze sobie zbierzemy tutaj nasze resursy. Meet Companion. Ori, what's wrong? Our home, the lows, Ivy. Tell me what's wrong. He pulls a thin parchment message from its iron sheet and hands it to you to read. As you do, he continues. Katanira took the Empire. Her first order was to withdraw the Veil's protection from the lows. The elves somehow learned of the vacuum of power. Have you heard from Aretis? That's the one who wrote that letter. He's safe and says the family is safe too, but your mother, Avi, no one can find her. No. We ride for home, no delays, but I don't want all of Ilian to see this. I'm going to bring the person who matters most to me. The one I'd trust most with my life. Who? Corysandra. Tell Corysandra to prepare. We will leave in immediately. Consider it done. Let's talk about home. Vale retreated. Lowe's stands alone. Elven invasion from north. The clandestine brigade fights on. Liberator's mother missing. It's alright, Ori. I've heard enough. We head for... Okej, wracamy to the Lowe's. Ciekawe. Nie za ciekawie to wygląda. Hey Ori, look, we used to play in this lake. The soft bed of moss covering the path, the stink of barley, brines in stables, the distant clanking of smiths.
The Lowe's. Home. Thank you for bringing me, Avi. I'm sure your old friends and family will be happy to see you.
Along the rock-flecked path, a former assassin of the clandestine brigade writes to you, a familiar face. Orion wraps his arms around the impressive frame of his father. Tears immediately well in their eyes.
By the four heavens, look at you. You're adults.
We are. And you're?
Fat? Now, what can I say? Retirement's been kind. And who's this?
I am Coruscant, a priestess of the Church of the High Father. Formerly.
Well, if you're a friend of Avi's, then you're family.
We'll have plenty of time to catch up later. But first, the message. Where is she?
Ariadne's face changes to one of deep
The
sadness.
elves took your mother in the night. Abducting a single woman from her bed isn't typical elf behavior, even in these times.
Tell me you and yours are safe, at least.
We've organized the villages to defend what's left of our lands. The banes of our existence are an undead mana dealer harvesting our dead. And an elven forger thieving and ransacking our armories.
It can't be. Ariadis, when I freed my mother, I'll deal with those two. You have my word. This is madness. The Empire would never abandon the Lows.
The Emperor's dead and the Empire's fallen. The Veil are all that remain. Those that stand against them are left to die.
Someone must have seen something. Where the elves rode in from? Where they headed?
West, past the River Runia. We've sent scouts, but none have returned.
We will save the Lows from invasion, Ariadis. But you have to hold off the elves until I know my mother's safe.
Ciekawie, czyli co? Czyli będziemy atakować elfów, znowu sobie spieprzymy sojusz z nimi. Nice. Secret hideout. Dobra, trochę powiem wam szczerze, że bez sensu, bo teraz patrzcie. Powiedz Coruscant, że mamy iść ze sobą razem i tak dalej. Okazuje się, że i tak sobie mogę powymieniać tych zawodników przecież. A ciekawe, czy będę mógł... No i ją też mogę wymienić. No, bez sensu trochę. Nie wiem, dziwne. Chyba, że to będzie miało jakiś związek później z relacją z tą postacią. To być może dlatego. A jeszcze jedną rzecz sobie zobaczę, mianowicie... nie to, ale dobra, jest ok, wszystko. W porządku. Dobra, jak tu mapa wygląda? No nie jest za duża. Więc przypuszczam, że to będzie szybki szpil tak zwany. Gold mine, pięknie. Ogólnie za dużo się tutaj z tego co widzę dzieje. Dobrze, że możemy konkurować. O, kolejna kopalnia. W ogóle nie pozajmowane są te kopalnie, więc tu bym się raczej nie zapuścił, bo wydaje mi się, że tutaj już będzie taka ostra walka. Tu też. Dobra, nie chcę tutaj walczyć z wami jeszcze. Jak będzie móc, to będzie móc. Avyanny's home. Your old house. Once your mother is found and returned safely, you imagine you'll come back here to celebrate, but not yet. Angelic Cave. Ciekawe, co tu znajdziemy. A Dragon Killer. O, ściana się podświetla, to już jest tutaj zauważalne gołym okiem. Strange. Where your father kept racks of iron, there's now a strange door. Questions about. Bound. Was he hiding it? Where does the doorway lead? And where's the key to unlock it? A no tak. No, klucz najpierw będzie trzeba zebrać. No dobra, no to w takim wypadku na razie tutaj niczego nie zbierzemy. Co jest? W takim wypadku trzeba lecieć dalej. Dobra, idziemy w takim wypadku tam, gdzie jest cel. Tylko że będzie chyba trzeba jednak przejść przez ten most. Looking at the Grim Williams is like peering back in time to your childhood. True, it's the barren side of a war zone now. You see children laughing and playing together on the hillock. You and Orion testing outside, sneaking in to see your parents sipping cinder around the tables. Years ago, and yet it feels so close. Avyanny, you seem so far away. You give your head a little shake, the memories waft away, even if the emotions do not. After all these years, I wasn't expecting my memory to be so vivid. Let's stop by Grim Williams' pub when we have time, but first we ride on. Standing outside Grim Williams' pub, you're overcome by a pressure bearing down on your chest. You've faced angels, demons, dragons, and every kind of monster in between, but the thought of opening this door makes you feel afraid. Stepping outside, the pub looks empty except for the sound of steel on wheatstone. They look up from sharpening their weapons for battle and look at you. So you finally come, huh? This you're doing, you know. The laws will fall, we'll all die, and we'll have you to blame. I don't think we're all introduced. This is Grim William. He was a friend to my parents. Their trust was misplaced. Is that how you remember it happening? Tell the truth before your little friend, my sons, me and the gods. Tell them about how your mother hid a monster in our midst. You're in here sharpening your weapons when you should be out there fighting with them. We knew you'd be coming. We knew you'd want to settle that score. Father's right. We're not preparing for battle with the elves. We're preparing for battle with you. You brought the Empire's holy hands to my door to kill me when I was just a child. For pittance, no doubt, and all because he was scared of a 13-year-old girl. Father's too good to say it, so I will. He sent the soldiers to protect the laws. Yes, they paid our family well for it. There's no shame in that. It would be done your mother less harm to you know you were dead than to see you walk away and spend her life wondering about you. You never came home, never wrote. Yet you claim to love her. Grim William spits at your feet in disgust. Show him pity, Avyanny. Just because he's cruel, that doesn't mean he needs to die. Kill me and you'll only prove me right, evil and murderous to your core. Father, they do call her the Liberator. Maybe we... Grim William backhands his son across the face. Shut up, you grubby mouth boy. I told you we'll kill her and take the reward, and that's what we'll do. Grim stands with his sword raised. His sons look to you with abject terror in their eyes. I will not rob your children of their father, as you did to me. Hopeful, my mercy cuts you as deep as any sword. You leave Grim William's pub resolving never to return. As you walk out the door, you feel his stupefied eyes upon you. But you also feel another thing. The weight of years of resentment, anger and blame lifted. O proszę. Tam Holy Avenger, mamy nowy też poziom. Super. takim wypadku pozwolimy sobie rozdać ten punkcik tutaj. Co my byśmy chcieli tutaj w ogóle wykupić? Dobra, zwiększymy HP Legends of the Dam do 20%. Teraz jak się ma ta zbroja? Jest generalnie lepsza. Tylko będzie trzeba ją akurat ulepszyć. Nie to, co ja robię. Plus 70 HP to jest plus 81. Dobra, jeszcze na razie nie będę tutaj tego ruszał. Kopalnię sobie przejmiemy. Tutaj mamy jakiś most, znaczy nie most, tylko bramę. Tutaj widzę, mamy jednostki elfickie, które możemy sobie skonkurować. Może nie wszystkie, ale jednak większość. Dobra. Czyli udało się ich pokonać po prostu. Automatu. Avyanna's mother. The war has taken many things from you. The horrors you have seen are innumerable. You can no longer tell what is horror and what is normal. But nothing could prepare you for this. There, in the elven encampments, you find her, broken, bloodied, nearly unrecognizable.
No! 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 No!
Lysander reaches for you as you race to your mother's remains and bring her to your arms. You hold her tightly.
Why? What did she do? What god did she offend for this?
Avyanny, I'm so sorry.
You stand, your mother's cold blood sticky on your trembling hands, tears blurring your sight, and you fall into each other.
I haven't cried in so long. I'm just grateful you're here. Thank you.
I hate to think I'm interrupting.
Oh, you spin to see Cohen and a small army of elves behind him.
Cowan, you're the one leading the charge against the will of the Elven Elders. Why?
Cohen's arrogant gloating turns red.
You dare ask me that, half-breed? After everything you've taken from me, the Whitelands were my mother's by right. Varantaor was my battle to win.
I spared your mother from the death she deserved.
Or Mariel was my queen. Mine! You took her. So when the Empire retreated, I rode against the will of my people.
All of this death just for vengeance?
Not vengeance. Justice.
Cohen's blood-hungry soldiers grew restless at the sound of his raging. They want a fight, and they want it now.
We are not even. Suffering is not enough. Your mother's life was not enough. I want your head. Fight me!
For her memory, I will make you suffer.
No i bardzo dobrze. Sorry bardzo, ale to jest nie do odpuszczenia. Defeat Cohen. Cohen pewnie jest tutaj. Dobrze, zaraz się przelecimy po niego.
Quickly, before they can react.
Bardzo dobrze, żeś tutaj przylazł, Cohen. Mnie to osobiście pasuje. Ej, troszeczkę za daleko jesteś. No trudno.
I go. You will be purged.
Mogło być tak pięknie i w pierwszej turze jeszcze bym go rozwalił, no.
Victory or death. Pitiful thing.
No i pokołanie. Szybko poszło. Cohen is finally gone, and by your hand, it is an empty victory. His sad, lifeless corpse slumps in the dirt. You look at your mother. Part of you still wishes you could save her.
We can't leave her body here. We have to take her. Wrap her in something. Or we can... I don't know. We have to take her away. Bring her home.
Rysandra rests a comforting hand upon your shoulder. You look at her. A comforting, understanding look rests on her
I'll
face.
ensure her body is prepared for burial, but you can't stop fighting. The people of the Lows need you.
You're right. I know you are.
You exhale a final, pained sigh.
Fine. Arrange for her safe travel to the Tomb of Wills. Then we'll meet Arietis and see what we must do to defend the realm.
No przykro mi bardzo, że minus 15 z Elven Alliance, ale Cohen akurat na to zasłużył. You return to Arietis, who stands guard over the villages, keeping a temporary, tenuous peace.
You're back. But where's your mother?
She...
As your voice cracks, you find yourself unable to say the words.
I understand. We will give her a proper funeral. On my life, I swear it.
Cowan led the elves here against the wishes of the elders. Unless we act, more will die.
We're able to defend what's left of the village, but the elven forces have two other leaders. One is an undead warlock.
Huh.
Yolimar the Mana Leech. He's not unknown to me. And the other?
A forger from the Whitelands. Whatever armor she can't steal from us, she kills for.
Tell me everything you can about the warlock Yolimar.
He hides in the southern camps across the river Runia. They say he's using the bodies of our fallen brigadiers somehow. But that's all we know.
This elven forger. Where is she and what do we know about her?
We've completely lost the lumber mills and forests to the northwest. She attacks from there, but we've been unable to find her so far.
Do what you must to keep the villagers safe. We'll take care of the rest.
Dobra, znowu teraz już będziemy musieli walczyć, ale to myślę, że też będzie szybka walka akurat. Pozbędziemy się go, będzie mi tutaj biegał cały czas, mnie denerwował tylko. Dobra, czy my chcemy w ogóle tutaj do przodu się, że tak powiem, ewakuować?
Let's move.
No, spróbujemy sobie w ten sposób zaatakować, bo czemu by nie?
Stand down. Out.
Dobra, i zachowamy sobie punkt. Bardzo dobrze. Ona sobie poczeka i oni też sobie już poczekają. Serio? Ale dobrze, bo się zbliżył. No, ty akurat Baktal też poczekaj. Bardzo dobrze. No, specjalnie tego użyję.
Victory or death. Pitiful thing.
Znowu swojego leję.
Fight for your honor.
Nią też poczekamy. No proszę. No w sumie mądrze zrobiła. Co to się stało teraz? Dobra, i teraz następuje runda naszych kolegów i koleżanek, że tak powiem. To na razie zaatakujemy w ten sposób. Mamy Korisandrę. Korisandra może się tutaj maksymalnie ruszyć. Czy on coś na sobie ma, jakieś efekty w ogóle? Dobra, możemy jedynie tak zrobić. Tak musiałbym to oblecić naokoło, to jest tak jakby trudny teren, ale zachowam to w ten sposób. Bardzo dobrze. Dobra. No tak, bo on przecież robi kontratak. No i właśnie o to chodziło. Teraz ona pójdzie tutaj. Zrobi miejsce Baktalowi. O, nie trafiła. No cóż. Poczekajmy. Bardzo dobrze. O, bardzo dobrze. I teraz robimy tak. Czemu nie jest kontratak? Aha, dobra, bo to był kontratak. Nieważne. Holy Maiden. No i okej, teraz ona sobie stanie tutaj. I będzie okrzyk. BUM! No, jak mi przykro zginęła. Teraz znowu tej zdolności pewnie użyję. A jednak nie. 1 za 1, koleżanko. O, skubany mi tutaj blinda rzucił. No, jeden się wykasztani przy następnej turze, także jest okej.
Fight for your honor.
Dobra, póki tutaj ja nim jestem, to sobie tego użyję. Otworzymy tu przejście jednym słowem. Dobra, wybiegniemy tutaj. Nie da rady tam dosięgnąć. No trudno. W takim razie tu przebiegniemy. Tutaj mamy panią Corisandę.
Victory or death.
Dobra.
I will crush you.
Jeszcze żyjesz? Serio? Dobra, nim poczekam, bo ją akurat powinien ukatrupić. Ją powinien ukatrupić efekt. Serio? No i świetnie. No, za daleko to się nie ruszył. O, to musiało zaboleć. No i pięknie, bitwa wygrana. I w tym momencie możemy zakończyć sobie nagrywanie odcinka. Ukończyliśmy ten segment smutnego powrotu do The Lows, czyli rodzinnego domu Oriona i Avyanny. Niestety Wyjęli się stąd wycofało, wioska została pusta, do tego elfy ją napadły, a siły Imperium próbują się jakimkolwiek sposobem tutaj bronić i jakoś nad tym całym chaosem zapanować. Co się wydarzy dalej, nie mam pojęcia, ale przekonamy się. Dzięki za uwagę, trzymajcie się.